It is no longer news that the governor of Anambra State, His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano, has taken agriculture to new heights in the last 4 years by making agriculture his #1 pillar in his economic development architecture. The result has been influx of private sector investment in the sector and the increased production of food crops like rice and cassava, amongst others. Always lending her support to government programs, especially those that promote women empowerment and welfare. The wife of the governor of Anambra State and the founder of Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, CAFE, has been encouraging women participation in agriculture as a means of empowerment and entrepreneurship. In this regard, Mrs. Obiano incorporated training in agriculture as part of our NGO Skill Training and Empowerment Program. In the area of skills acquisition program, CAFE has recorded over 3,600 women, indigent widows, and youths trained so far in various fields, including agriculture. To see firsthand the giant strides in Anambra's agriculture sector and to seek possible employment opportunities for women and youths in the value chain being created in agriculture, Osodieme recently undertook a tour of some agricultural establishments and farms in Anambra State. These included Linden Integrated Poultry, Ibariam, Oyi Local Government Area. This is the largest producer of poultry products east of the Niger, producing thousands of eggs daily. Mrs. Obiano also visited Dell Farms Limited, which is situated just a few clicks away from Linden, and is blazing the trail, cultivating highly lucrative cash crops. This farm is with the intention of developing a local full-scale multi-farm business concern, which will combine agricultural technology, industry and hospitality services in crop production. Osodieme stopped over at Koschari's Farms, Anako, Ayamelum Local Government Area. A collaboration with the state government, this 3,000-hectare rice farm has contributed largely to the rise in rice production in the state. Osodieme has encouraged women to form cooperatives as a prerequisite to enjoying benefits from Governor Obiano's robust agri policy. On her part, through CAFE, she has donated gari and palm oil processing machines for women to form small-scale industries and be self-reliant. Other agriculture training encouraged by CAFE is in the area of aquaculture, fishery and snail rearing, among others. Osodieme has constantly advocated for more women to establish small-scale cottages in agriculture as a means of being self-employed and possibly employers of labor, but more critically, self-reliant. This she reiterated in her presentation at Southern Governors' Wives Forum held at Ogun State in May 2017.
I'm here to talk about agriculture as a small-scale business in your home. You don't have to have a shop. We're talking about agriculture virtually everywhere in the country, because our father, the President of the Federal Republic, made us know that we should diversify. But before I go over it, I have a little song that we used to sing those days that everybody now dropped and decided to take on the office jobs. When I was in elementary school, we used to sing Iwe kiko láì sí ọkọ àti àdá kò ì pé o iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa ẹni kò that other than office work, we should take agriculture very seriously. That agriculture is the base on which any economy, I mean every economy, can stand. So for you to be self-sufficient and become an entrepreneur, you can actually start up agriculture, small-scale agriculture from your backyard. Just make a little space. If you're the type that has interlocking blocks all over your house, go back there now, take them out, and begin to provide for yourself, and possibly, if you do it well, begin to provide for the general public. So you can go into something like fishery. You can have a pond, a little bath that you can put fingerlings and do the needful. Because of want of time, I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty of each of these agricultural produce. You can also do vegetable as you're doing the fish farming. You can just, less than where I stand here, you can plant different vegetables. You can do ugu, efo, shoko, and among others. Atitete, Iwedu can make very well. You can as well do tomatoes. Tomatoes is the easiest and the cheapest. When I'm making my stew, that is the tomato sauce, I don't like to see the pips. So those pips, rather than just throw them away, bring them out before you blend your tomatoes. Those seeds, don't throw them away through the sink. Take them to your backyard, that little space that you have made. Pour them there. Of course, you have your topsoil there so they can grow. And that's all you need. Before you know what is happening, you'll be overwhelmed with how much tomatoes that's going to make for you. Same thing goes for pepper. Bring out the seeds, just pour the water there, and you're in business already. Before you know what is happening, especially the tomatoes, you'll be looking for more than one person to take them out there to sell for you. And you begin to make your thousands. And if you intensify efforts, you begin to make your millions. Then we also have this poultry. Poultry is very, is very delicate to handle chicks and chicken. And one false move, you can lose all of them. But that's something you also can do to be self-sufficient and even go to a larger scale. Then I have the snail rearing. That is what is called the healthy culture. It's very, very, very easy, and that's the one I love most because I like snails. It gives you virtually everything you need. You can get your protein, your carbohydrate, your calcium, vitamin A without getting big. You can eat as much as you want, depending on how you make it. If you fry it, then you're in trouble. If you don't need fat, you get all the fat. But if you boil it, season it well, make your tomato and pepper sauce, and mix it with it, it can be a wonderful delicacy. Everybody looks out for it. It is so easy to make it. And your way you can call to make it put some bananas, pineapples, clear out the place. Put bananas, pineapple, pawpaw, then you go to the market. By the time you wake up in the morning, you will see some snails over there. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to get the male and the female ones. Take them to the back of your house. Use tires that are no longer useful. Don't throw them away. Put them all stacked together. And you put those in there and put what they eat. When they have eggs, within 21 to 28 days, the eggs will hatch to small snails. And these small snails, before you know what is happening, they become very big snails. And these snails each snail brings out, each egg brings out about 50 to 80 little snails. So you can see what will happen if you have about 10 snails there. And by the time they start getting big, and you know how expensive snails can be now, it's because people don't know how to do it. So it's scarce and it's very expensive. And again, it's very nutritious. If you have diabetes and you just break the snail, get out, wash the snail very well with even alum and vinegar. Break the snail, bring out the water, collect the water in a cup. If you drink it, forget about your high blood pressure. I'm not saying go off medication. I'm not saying that. You must get your doctor's advice before you go off your medication. But it lowers your blood pressure to what it should be. High blood pressure. So it helps it. If you're diabetic, it helps it. So snail is a wonderful thing. It can put lots of money into your purse, and it can also take care of your health. Another thing we do that I've done in Anambra State, I have an NGO, Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, and we have trained so many indigent women in various vocations, which includes what I've just said. And with that vocation, we also told them to form cooperative societies under which they benefit from Anambra State Small Business Agency. You can still do whatever you're doing from home. So when you get this money, 100,000, much more than that, you can now expand on your business. So people we taught bakery, and I gave one gas cooker that has oven. Came back, I did that in 2014. And when the lady came back last year, she told me she has about 5 ovens, that her business is really booming. And she's been able to get a shop. But this is a lady that started from the front of her house. And now she has a shop. And she's an employer of labor. So you can do it. If she's able to do it, and I'm able to start from the scratch and make it, you can do it. We don't have to be reliant on our husbands. Just like one of our excellencies said, call me Owata, call me my lipstick, call me Pata mi Matifaya. So if you do this, you will you'll be able to help yourselves, your immediate family, your state, and Nigeria in general. Thank you all so much.
In recognition for her philanthropic efforts, her contributions to women and youth empowerment in Anambra State, Osodieme has won several awards, including being appointed the Ambassador of the European Union and UNICEF, honored with the 2016 Excellent Award by Nigerian Women Association of Atlanta, Georgia, and to crown it all, State of Georgia, USA, awarded Osodieme the status of an honorary citizen of Georgia. In 2017, she received the Most Valuable Governor's Wife Award in Nigeria for her commitment to charity. So, it came as no surprise that Her Excellency Chief Mrs. Ebele Chukwu Obiano Osodieme won the prestigious 2017 Zik Prize Award for Humanitarian Leadership. Indeed, it was a glamorous occasion as creme de la creme of Anambra and Nigeria came to show support to Mrs. Obiano for an award well deserved.
I present to you today a woman of immense substance who has won several awards and has been adorned with several epaulettes of diadems of distinction. A woman so delicately designed, dimpled, and decorated by Almighty God. A woman whose achievement as the destiny of Anambra State has become so phenomenal that today she has become a phenomenon. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency, Chief Mrs. Ebele Chukwu Obiano Osodieme, please welcome.
Anambra State has the incredible gift of having achieved valuable assets for the price of one. And here I meet His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano, the Governor of the state, and Her Excellency Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, who has earned the sobriquet of Osodieme, which really translated means the woman who joins her husband in rendering good services to the people. Well, I must say that the philanthropic work that Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano has been doing has been very well presented by the gentleman who introduced her. I recently discovered that added to her many, many gifts is the prowess of writing, because I had the pleasure of reading an intimate biography of her husband written by her. It's extremely well written, and as he said, it's an intimate biography of her husband. So for all her good works, to the people of Anambra State, and here I must say that on the 9th of last month, I read in the Punch a news story that moved me very much. Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano had been responsible for getting home to her family a woman who I believe, if I remember correctly, was about 72 years, and who had been presumed dead for 35 years. And it was Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano who rejoined that lady with her family. This is only one of the very many things he done. And so for all that, it gives me particular pleasure in handing over this award, for which I commend the deciders of Zik Award for recognizing true leadership in philanthropic work. And so with that, Your Excellency, I have the greatest pleasure in handing this symbol of your achievement to you.
Thank you very much, Anambra. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anambra. Thank you. Thank you, Anambra. Thank you.
History was made as the Obianos are the first couple to win the prestigious Zik Prize in different categories. Governor Obiano received the award for excellent leadership in public office in 2016. And now, Chief Ebelechukwu Obiano for humanitarian leadership.
I want to thank the organizer of Zik Award for finding my wife worthy for winning the 2017 Zik Prize on humanitarian segment of the award. My wife has been doing this charity work for a very long time. She's been a pillar in my administration, touching the needy, supporting the less privileged, and doing this effortlessly without any money from the government, So I thank God for her recognition. I believe that this will spur her to do more for the less privileged.
once you're acknowledged for doing something good, it spurs you to do more. Like His Excellency said, he's working for Anambra State, and I'm supporting, to ensure that things go well there. I want to thank Almighty God for this award, for this recognition, because what I do, I don't even advertise. But for them to have, fished me out from nowhere to give me this honor, I really glorify God. And I want to thank my husband immensely, because if he didn't encourage me, if he didn't allow me to follow my passion, I wouldn't have been able to attain this height. So I also want to thank the organizers of this program. It's good to show that what they are doing, there's dignity in labor, and what they are doing is, authentic. They don't just look at people and, give you an award. You have to earn it, just like I earned the award I got this night. So I'm, going to give it to the people of Anambra State, particularly the indigents, the vulnerable, for whom I've been, doing and getting honored.